Over my last 7 years as a trader, I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. As my time as a performance coach, I've also worked with many traders who've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And over that time, you learn to build a relationship with losing, a different perspective to losing. So what I want to do in this video is I want to share with you some key insights that I've learned through my 7 years as a trader, through my studies of human behavior and psychology, and through working as a performance coach now with many traders. I want to share some key insights on losing. And more specifically, I want to share with you how you can never lose as a trader. Because losing is only a state of mind, and losing is a perception you take on a particular trade. But I want to offer you something completely different in this lecture. I want to offer you a new way to view losing, which is only going to be beneficial to you in your journey in being able to remove the negative emotions from your trading and being able to build consistent profitability and scale that up with funding. So without further ado, let's get into this masterclass on how to never lose as a trader. The big problem we're addressing today is the psychological impact to losing. So many traders cannot go on as traders because they can't stomach losing. They hate losing. They resent the pain of losing. And as a result, many times they can't go on as a trader. They quit, they throw in the towel, or they never give themselves permission to scale up significantly. And if it's not managed, there can be huge psychological impacts to losing, okay? But that's only if you don't put the proper mindset, principles, ideas, and tools in place. Most traders are unaware of how to successfully manage losing. I've had many experiences with losing. I put together many tools, many ideas, many principles that I've implemented in my own trading and that I teach to my students to help them successfully manage losing, because it is such a crucial part of the trading journey. And as a result, these traders who do not put things in place to manage loss, to manage losing, they are run by the ups and downs of the market. They are run by the market as opposed to running the market themselves and using the market as a tool. So it's really important to have the principles, the ideas and tools in place to be able to manage losing, because you're going to lose as a trader. You're going to take losses. That's just part of the game. And it's about being able to not avoid losing. Successful traders don't avoid losing or don't always get into successful winning positions. But what they do is they have a very healthy relationship with losing. They know how to manage it. They know how to use it to their advantage, which is what we're going to be discussing in today's lecture. So the mental model I want to pass on to you guys and girls is very simple. There's no such thing as a loss without gain. You don't lose anything without gaining. There's a universal law out there of conservation. There's no loss of energy and matter in the universe. It's simply transformed from one form to the other. And that may seem a little bit esoteric. That may seem a little bit woo-wah, but I assure you that it's very practical and that you can actually implement it into your trading to ensure that you shift your perception towards losing. What you perceive to lose isn't lost. It's simply transformed into a different form. And we're going to prove this. There's no loss without equal gain. For example, every financial loss you take as a trader in the market is gained by a lesson, for example. Every trader knows when they take a loss, and that loss is extremely painful and they got a resentment to that, because in that moment they are only initially perceiving all the drawbacks to that loss. The moment they sit down and ask themselves, what did I actually gain from that loss? How did that actually benefit me? And they start to see the benefits in it. They start to see the lessons. They start to see that they were puffing themselves up with unrealistic expectations, projecting into the market humbled them, get them present, listening to the market. When they can start to see that losing actually points to their system and processes that point out the holes there. And they then have accountability to refine those holes in their trading plan and their trading system. When they start to see that losing holds them accountable to be open and teachable so they continue to learn and grow as a trader, what they start to do is they start to shift their perception towards losing. What they realize when they take a loss is they also gain those lessons and gain those benefits as well. And you can't separate loss without gain. And both are going to be there. It's just about the trader finding the benefits and finding the lessons from the loss. And it's exactly what I put here. It's the trader's job to find the balance and to observe the transformation. So what I would love to pass on to you guys is almost a little bit of an affirmation. It's a belief system as a trader that there's no loss without gain. And whenever I perceive a loss in money, financial form, it's simply transformed into lessons or benefits or refinements or accountability or being more open and teachable. And it's the job of the trader. It's on the trader to go in there and find, what are the benefits to this? How did this actually help me? How did this serve me? What did I learn from this experience? It's the trader's job to do that, so you can start to make yourself aware of the gains in that particular situation. Do this. This is the first thing I want you guys to implement to help you never lose in the market. After every loss you perceive yourself taking in the market, you may lose a dollar amount or percentage. You want to take that particular dollar amount or percentage that you perceive to have lost, and you want to ask yourself, what are the benefits, what are the gains, what are the lessons and services of this loss to you and your trading. Now I'm using loss in inverted commas just to make you aware that it's not actually a loss. We label it a loss, but there's no loss without gain. There are going to be benefits, there are going to be gains, there are going to be lessons and services there that you need to become aware of. And you want to quantify each of those benefits. So let's say, for example, you perceive yourself taking a $1,000 loss. Maybe one of the things that you got from that loss was it grounded you and it made you listen to the market now, as opposed to being puffed up and projecting onto the market. Maybe that humbling lesson was so important to you because you realized that you're going away from your trading plan. So this loss actually brought you back to your trading plan to be more present with the market, to be more process-based. And maybe you would pay, $400 or $500 for that lesson in that moment. So you got a loss of $1,000. You've also got a gain of that lesson, which is now $500. And then you want to go and find another benefit. Maybe another benefit there was it made you aware of a refinement to your processes and to your system. And you can see that that refinement to your process or system is going to make you an enormous amount of money in the future and mean less emotional volatilities. So maybe that lesson's also worth $500 to you. And you want to keep stacking benefits, lessons, and services until the benefits equal the drawbacks, equal the loss. So the benefits in that moment equal, I gained $1,000 worth of lessons, and I can see that's equal to my $1,000 loss. And I can see that I didn't lose anything. It's simply transformed from the financial form to the lesson form. And you want to start to have this awareness as a trader after every loss so you can remove the resentment to losing so you get back to your processes. Because if you're resentful over previous losses, you're going to fear losing again in the future. And that's going to take you away from potentially executing on the very trades that are part of your edge, part of your trading plan. Now, you want to do this until the $1,000 loss is compensated for 100%. It's all a game of perception. Keep in mind, it's our addiction to the financial form, to the money, and to the percentage that will oftentimes stop us from honoring the transformation. So when I teach this process in depth in a 12-week program, which by the way, there's a free 7-day trial to that in the description below. When I teach this process, I show you how to balance your perception to the actual form so you're not addicted to the money form. And what this means is that you start to disattach from the outcome and you just start to stick to your processes. And that's ultimately where you start to build consistent profitability because you're not worried about the outcome on the individual trade. You just stick to your processes after every trade. And over a large sample space, you're consistently profitable because you're sticking to your edge. Now, another thing you can do before every trade is this. You want to be aware of your expectations before every trade because your unrealistic expectations and fantasies that we project onto the market and onto the individual trade are oftentimes what make losing more painful because we have all these positive expectations of what we're going to get from the market. And then when we take a loss, we lose all those positive expectations as well. So now the loss is very painful because we lose all the fantasies as well. So the best thing you can do is you can utilize the free Bulletproof Your Mindset tool. It's in the link in the description below. Download that tool and use it before every single trade you take. This will help you identify and ground unrealistic expectations before you get into a position so that you're not carrying these unrealistic expectations and the loss isn't going to be painful now. And the other thing this is going to do is it's going to stop you from getting into positions that aren't part of your trading plan. So I've created a step-by-step tool that's completely free in the description below to guide you on the right psychological thought processes before getting into a position that I encourage you to use before every single trade you take. These are the two solutions to never lose as a trader. Remember, losing is just a perception. It's a thought process, it's belief. If you start to inhabit better, more productive beliefs like there's no loss without gain, and you hold yourself accountable to find the lessons and extract the lessons and just get back to your trading plan, your processes, you're not going to be worried about the ups and downs, the vicissitudes of individual trades. But now you're going to go away, disattached from the outcome, and you're going to start to stick on the process and stick to the process and stick to executing to your trading plan, which is ultimately what's going to yield you consistent profitability into the future. If you found this useful, please share it with your friends. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps get the video out there and it helps get more people checking out the important trading mindset stuff. If you know traders are going to benefit from this, please share it with your trading friends, your trading communities. That's always much appreciated. But thank you again for sticking to the end and watching this video. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.